We have to identify the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the minimum or maximum value, and its domain and range. So let's go ahead and start with the vertex. The vertex is going to be the opposite of the inside, comma, the outside. And when I say inside and outside, I'm talking about the parentheses. So in this case, the vertex is the opposite of this, which is -10, comma the outside, which is when you add and subtract something to the outside. And since we have nothing there, it's 0. So if I was to graph this really quick, this would be -10 right here, 0, my vertex would be right there. Axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is x equals the x value of the vertex. So the axis of symmetry is x equals -10. And what that does is it cuts the parabola or quadratic in half. The minimum and maximum. So min or max is the y value of the vertex. But to determine that, I have to plot it. So let's go ahead and look at this value that's attached to the x squared term. Since it's positive, it's going to go up and it's going to be a happy face. If it was negative, and it would point down. So what I have to determine, is this the bottom or the top of my graph? Since it's the bottom, I would say I have a minimum value of that y, which is 0. Let's move on to domain. Domain is always all real numbers when we're dealing with a quadratic. The range. So we're going to start with the range. The range is y and the y value, which is 0. Now, do I have to determine, are all of my values above or below? Since they're above, they're greater than or equal to. So let's try another one. We're going to start, and we're going to kind of graph this as we go. We're going to start with the vertex. The vertex is the opposite of this, which is 7, 4. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. There's the vertex right there. Axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 7. It's the x value of the vertex. Moving on. Minimum or maximum. So we have to continue to graph this. Right here I have a negative. Negative means sad face, so my graph is going to look like this. So when I look at that point, is that the top or the bottom? Since it's the top, I have a maximum value of 4 because the maximum is the y value. Domain. Domain is all real numbers. Because a quadratic, it's always all real numbers. And then lastly, let's go ahead and do the range. When I start the range, I take the y and the y value. And since all the values are underneath or below, we'll say y is less than or equal to 4.